Hey everybody, last patch Renekton got buffed. The cooldown in his Slice and Dice was reduced from 18 to 14 to 16 to 12. That's a 2-second cooldown reduction at every rank. That's his gap closer. That is fairly substantial. It gives him higher lane domination, and into teamfights in the late game, it makes him far more mobile and able to catch down some of these Weasley little marksmen. The cooldown on his ultimate was also reduced from 120 seconds flat to 120 to 80 seconds cooldown. That means into the late game, if you use your ultimate, you don't basically have it down for the rest of the game. You can actually use it a second time. At level 16, the cooldown went from 120 to 80, removing a whole 1/3 of its cooldown. This is also proven to be really substantial. If you use your ultimate to get a kill, or in a fight, or in the side, or maybe it just happened in a bad situation, then you can actually use your cooldown on your ultimate again. The damage on his ultimate also went up from 25 to 75 per half second. That's 50 to 150 per second to, I'm just going to say 60 to 180 per second. Now doing 60 damage per second at rank 1 and 180 damage per second at rank 3, his ultimate is now a pretty good source of magic damage. How has this impacted the champion? Well, it's made him a lot better. At Plat Plus, Renekton sits at the 13th highest pick, 50% win rate. If Renekton is ever 50% win rate at Plat Plus, that means this champion is doing really, really good. Renekton is an extremely powerful champion who is very easy to throw your lead on. That tends to happen to a lot of people. They throw their lead on Renekton, and then unfortunately his win rate tends to not be that high because of it. But a 50% win rate is really good. At Masters Plus, Renekton has almost reached that 51% win rate, not quite reached it, but is a 10th highest pick. He's doing pretty good right now. So what do we build on Renekton? How can you play Renekton? How can you, the viewer, how can you play Renekton? Well, let's show you. Up first, we have runes. What runes do we go on Renekton? This should be pretty simple for anyone who's paid attention to Renekton. We've got a pretty simple Conqueror, Triumph, Legend Alacrity, Last Stand. Over here in Resolve, we're going to go Second Wind and Unflinching. Then double damage, armor, or magic resist, depending on who we're fighting. Obviously, if you're fighting a team with literally no slows or literally no CC, I guess you can slot in a Demolish to try to get more turret plates or more split push, but realistically, you're pretty much never going to fight a team with no slows and no CC. If they're fighting a team with a lot of CC, then you can always go Legend Tenacity, go double Tenacity. That's a pretty good one right there. Never go Legend Bloodline. Legend Bloodline continues to be the biggest meme of Memesville, that people will always ask me, can I go Legend Bloodline? Is it better? It's not better late game. It's never better late game. It has never been better late game. It's never been good. It's never been good. The only time it was good was like 5 years ago on Olaf. It's been a while is what I'm saying. So you're going to go Legend Alacrity. Triumph is pretty much good to go. You're not going to go anything else. And then you've got Last Stand is pretty much good to go. You're not going to go anything else. Double damage, armor, or magic resist. That's also pretty much good to go. Not going to go anything else. Second Wind helps with Renekton's trading pattern because he tends to want to Q poke a lot. This is what overall I would say is his best rune right here. For skins, obviously his best skin is Black Frost Renekton with the white chroma. That is his best skin. That is his best chroma. It's his best. If anyone tells you anything else, they're lying. They're wrong. And I'm going to be blunt with you. They're probably not a very smart individual. So what items do we then build on Renekton? You guys are in luck. All you people who... I didn't save my runes. Just don't pay attention to that. You all saw what they were. I'm just going to swap that. Just don't pay attention to that. Okay? So what items do we go? Well, fortunately, the best way to play Renekton is Bruiser right now. That's right, Bruiser. Everybody likes Bruiser Renekton, but unfortunately, he tends to not be good. What are we going to start with? Dorn's Blade into pretty much every matchup, but Dorn's Shield if you're fighting into a ranged champion or someone who will attack you far more than you attack them. Your first item is going to be Gore Drinker. Why is it going to be Gore Drinker? Because Gore Drinker has really good synergy with Renekton's kit. What you can do, in the past you could you could Q into Gore Drinker, and that was a really good combo. You could press Q and then Gore Drinker. For some reason, you're not allowed to do that anymore. So Gore Drinker is useless. But unfortunately, that's a lie. Gore Drinker is extremely good. All you do is you press Gore Drinker into your Q. Do you see that? Let's use a dummy here so you guys can actually see here. We're doing 2 hits right there. Don't ignore the scorch in the comment. If you press Gore Drinker, then immediately press Q, you hit twice. That's right, twice. That means here. Let me actually let me try to show you guys how significant this can be here. So I'm just gonna eat a few shots here. So if I have, let me just get some rage here right here. If I'm at low HP and oh no, there's 2 enemies next to me, you can Gore Drinker into your Q and get a good chunk of hunk of healing in an instant. Gore Drinker into your Q, that's also very good. What are other ones? You can W into Gore Drinker, that cancels the second half of your W animations. You can W Gore Drinker. It's not. Okay, well, I'm not the best Renekton player, but you can. Yeah, I don't know. Actually, at this point, I don't know why I can't do it. I apparently can't cancel out of his W into Gore Drinker. Okay, so that one's. Or sorry, you can cancel his W with his Gore Drinker, but then you can't instantly Q. But you can auto attack. If I show you this, that should work pretty. I'm so dumb, it's incredible. But yeah, you can generally see the idea here. I'm just not the best Renekton player, okay? I'm sorry, okay? Now, that's basically it. Renekton's not like turbo complicated, okay? So that's basically it. Other combos you can do here that people don't know about, but should probably know about. This is actually really important for the laning phase. If you're in your Rage W, you can ult out of that one. That enables you to turret dive people really easily because you can, here, let me show you this real quickly. You can be in a Rage W ult, you know, stuff like that. That's good. If you want to find Renekton combos, go ask someone else. I'm giving you general tips here, okay? Renekton's not that complicated. I'm pretty good at him, but I'm not the best. I'm sorry, everybody. I'm doing my best here, okay? Other than that, so you got your Gore Drinker. I'm showing you what you can do with Gore Drinker. It's just extremely good. After that, you got Black Cleaver. Why Black Cleaver? Because it's really, really good. With the bust to Gore Drinker, giving it 75 health. This is one of the things that also makes it good on Renekton, by the way. 75 health on Gore Drinker as his mixing bonus with Black Cleaver means you're looking at 400 and 300. So 775 health with Gore Drinker and Black Cleaver. That's a lot. As a reminder, your Gore Drinker will heal on your HP, which means that yes, if you're in your ultimate with even more HP, Gore Drinker can heal you more because you'll be missing more health. This build is extremely, extremely good. These are your 2 core items because of how your combo works and because you're going to combo out of, you know, W's and stuff like that. You can get that Black Cleaver procced up really good. You can E, and it's a really good build combo right there, okay? For boots, some people think Ionian and Boots of Lucidity are good. I disagree. They're stupid. Ignore them completely. Plated steel caps, so you don't die the AD carry. Renekton likes ability haste, and ability haste is good on Renekton, but Renekton also likes taking hits and not dying. Taking hits and not dying tends to be good. With AD carries being as overstated as they are right now, it tends to be good to go plated steel caps. Merc treads, I find, aren't going to be the best, realistically, no matter what. Now, for your third item, you got Death Stance and you got Steric's Gauge. Both these items are doing pretty good right now. So, which one is better? And I'll go into Steric's Gauge in a second. Which one is better? Pretty clearly, Steric's Gauge, third. Now, why Steric's Gauge then? Why not Death Stance? Well, if I could show you guys here real quickly, Renekton, when he's in his ultimate, and let me level him up here so you guys can see it, right? When Renekton's in his ultimate, all this counts as bonus HP. That's right, that's a lot of bonus HP. And, sorry, I automatically refreshed cooldown so you saw the Steric's shield twice. But at any rate, that means that your Steric shield, if I'm in my ult, let's look at this again. So 1064, right? If I'm in my ultimate, that's 1500 HP. That's a lot. That's a lot of HP to shield, right? So Steric's Gauge third. Especially remember, the Gore Drinker is now giving me 150 health. So you get 150 health on the Gore Drinker. So the Gore Drinker total is going to be 450. This is going to be 400. That's 850. Another 400 here. That's 1,250 HP purely from items. Then if I'm level 16, that's another 550 HP. This Steric's shield is incredible. Then we got the Gore Drinker. That's going to be healing us a lot. And then at this point, we just run around. We W stun people with the Rage W. Sometimes you can use Rage Q, but let's be honest, you know, like late game Rage Q starts to lose a lot of its luster, right? So then what do you have next? Well, pretty clearly, a lot of people prefer the Guardian Angel. We're starting to get into later items here, so I think Guardian Angel 3rd, 4th. Some people are giving the idea that you should be skipping Death Stance. I'm a bit iffy on skipping Death Stance, but Guardian Angel's doing pretty good on Renekton because he tends to dive into the opposing team comp. My personal preference is Death Stance 4th. Now you can then go into a Guardian Angel. Now what are you seeing with this build? A lack of magic resist. Why? Magic resist items are kind of shit right now. Let's be fair, they are. They're not very good. This build isn't really focusing on armor. We're kind of happening to get armor. We happen to get armor on Death Stance. We happen to get armor on Guardian Angel. But realistically, if you look at this build, it tends to just be a build that gives us a lot of health. And remember, the Gore Drinker is giving us even more health because even with the Death Stance, even with the Gargoyles or Guardian Angel, we're seeing that we're getting 75 more health on each of them. Now, the next one is Gargoyle Stoneplate. Some people don't like it. I mean, the stats here on these are going to be really low. So, once you get to your 4th and 5th item, you're really counter building your opponent. You got your core build, the Gore Drinker, the Black Cleaver, the Stoics. That's your core build. At 4th and 5th item, you're focusing mostly on countering what your opponent is doing. Do you need a Death Stance? Do you need anti-burst, right? Do you need a Guardian Angel? Are you diving into their team and dying, right? You're looking at what you can do as a counter. You can't go Maw because you have the Stoics gauge. Now, I have tentatively looked at some certain things, let's call it that. Hole Breaker, if you need to counter a split pusher. You got the Spirisosian, which is good for something, I'm sure, but I've never really built it. The Blade of the Rune King, if you just need to massacre someone, particularly on the split push. Some people have tried the Seryldas. I, once again, haven't liked it. I tend to prefer sticking more with the team fighting build, sticking more with the tankier options at 4th and 5th, the Death Stance, and the Guardian Angel. That's just me. Now, if you do need magic resist, if you absolutely need magic resist, I'm going to be blunt. I'm really not even sure what you can build for it. Remember, your first 3 items, your Gore Drinker, your Black Cleaver, your Stoics, these 3 items don't even have armor. So you're not really building armor, you're just building a lot of health. That tends to counter mages just by default, right? So after that, it gets a little bit rougher on what you're going to do. Now, I have personally looked into a Gargoyle Stoneplate. Now, that can be good. That can be good in team fights, obviously. So, if you really need the magic resist, you can go for that Gargoyle Stoneplate. It's not a terrible suggestion, it's just not a great one. Some people have gone for Spirit Visage, some people are wrong. I'm gonna be blunt. You guys know me. I'm kind of OCD. I've tracked stats on this stuff meticulously across the ages, and I can tell you, basically, there are so little situations where Spirit Visage is good on basically any champion. You would need to be in a very tight situation where you're fighting like 3 magic dealing opponents to do this. Okay, Force of Nature is basically a dead item. I'm not gonna recommend it on anyone until Riot buffs it because it's basically a dead item. If you truly desperately need magic resist, you got your Gargoyle Stoneplate. And if you go Gargoyle Stoneplate and then you go Merc Treads, that's 85 magic resist right there. And that should probably keep you up against mages on its own. You don't really need much else because you're building so much health. At this point, you should be focusing on the murder, right? Because you are the murder crocodile. And that's pretty much, that's how I would say Renekton's build is going to end out, right? Like that's, in my opinion, I would say that's a pretty good Renekton build. Realistically, this right here. This is going to be your standard, your core build, okay? And that's Renekton. That's Renekton right there. That's all about Renekton. Make sure to like, make sure to subscribe if you like videos like these. If you guys want other build videos on champions that I can give recommendations for, as you saw, I am not perfect on literally every champion. I can give you the general idea on how to play the champion. I know how to play them. I'm not always perfect on playing them. But if you have any other champions you want build ideas for anything like that, go ahead and ask. Now, I'm giving you guys Renekton because I think Renekton's actually good. He's being a bit underrated right now because Renekton always has like a lower win rate of like 49 or 50 or even 48 sometimes. And people always like dismiss him and they're like, he's shit, he's not late game. They've boosted Renekton's late game so many times over the years. His win rate between even Plat and Masters used to climb like 2%. He'd be like 48% win rate Platinum, 50% win rate Masters, 52% win rate Challenger. Nowadays, it climbs a little, but it's not as much because they've pushed him. He's not like a late game pick, but his late game goes from being like complete joke to actually being, not too bad. The buffs to Gore Drinker have definitely done him because Gore Drinker is like his item. This is Some people think Gore Drinker used to be like Aatrox's item. Yeah, maybe in the past it was good. But fundamentally, Gore Drinker has always been Renekton's item. It just synergizes so well with his Q and how he functions. Now, do remember, for those of you who are worried, if you Gore Drinker into your Q, so if you do that, right, it will heal on the Gore Drinker, then heal on your Q. So you'll be at low HP, right? You'll get the missing health heal on the Gore Drinker, then you'll get the heal on your Q. Everybody get that? So Gore Drinker Q. You know, just like roll your fingers if you don't know how to do it, right? Just like one. I put Gore Drinker on 1, so I'm just pressing 1 Q here, right? See that? You can also press them individually with your faster fingers. You can also roll your fingers. Either way, that's it you would do. Okay, so that's Renekton. Thank you all for watching. Thank you all for being here. I appreciate everybody, and I hope you all have a great rest of your day.